What's up, guys? I'm gonna brobeatz, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make a Snoh Aalegra type beat. If you guys haven't subbed already or turned post on, you should do so because it does help it a lot. Let's hop right into it. So BPM wise, 70 to 80 is great. I just chose 80. Like, you can really do anything. All right. And right here, your swing, you want to put your swing all the way to 100. All right. I think this will get the most authentic vibe for it. So swing 100. And for the scale, I'm not going to use a full scale. I'm going to use a pentatonic because I want access to all of the notes and I don't want to be held back by a scale, which will limit you. So we can go ahead and use the minor pentatonic. All right. And I'm gonna just put it on my favorite key so it's easier for me to pick notes. And the goal here is just to use tones. And this is going to give us enough limitation so that we can like make it sound good, but we also want to go outside of the scale so we can have access to different type of I guess vibes. I don't know, but let's go ahead and get started on our first one. All right, so for the sound selection, all you really need is just Rhodes or an electric piano, something like that. All right, now if you have a trash VST or stock VST, just throw reverb on it and you should be fine. All right, so now, the reason I'm using this pentatonic, like I said before, is I want to have a bass, but I don't want it to limit me, because when you use a scale, it kind of limits the amount of chords and sounds that you can, when you stick to the scale 100%, right? So this, we just want to use tones. We want to use our ear to create it, right? But we want to obviously have a little blueprint to help us. So let's go on this F, right? And then we can just go on the C. All right, we can start there and then see what we can do here. Let's try this G sharp. Now you can see it's outside the scale, but I'm just using my ear. So okay, it doesn't sound bad. Now it's not going to sound great because they're just single notes, right? So the first step, obviously, just put your bass notes down. If you have your bass notes there, you'll be fine. So now this part is where a lot of people are like, oh snap, I don't know what to do, right? And you can only imagine if there was no scale in the background. So what you can do is pull notes from your bass. So we can take this C sharp. Let's pull this up an octave. Let's copy it, pull it up an octave. All right, let's take this A maybe. Okay, and I'm just picking random notes. You can pick the G sharp if you want. Okay, let's pull this A up. So now we have a chord, and now you can fill in, right, using your ear, right? And this is just things that you can do without really knowing exactly what you're doing, right? If this is foreign to you, right, using your ears, right? If you always use scales and stuff, right? So now we can fill in notes. So you could take notes from here, right, and probably pull this up. And I like that one. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that. And then let's see over here. Let's just pull this G sharp over. Actually, let's pull one of these up just so we can get a better sound. Okay, so now we need some higher tones up here. So we can pull this one over. And I'm gonna just play from here. Okay, I like that note the best. And let's go up and let's maybe go outside the scale. Let's try one of these. Okay, I think I like the D sharp the best. So I think we're done with this one. And I'm just trying to show you how you could just use your ear to just make these tones, right? So let's move on to this part. And over here, I'm gonna completely use my ear. I'm gonna just click the notes. Okay, I kind of want this to go up. Actually, I'm gonna use this for over here, and we can probably. Let's pull this over And then let's see. Okay, I think that sounds good. We'll listen to the whole thing on the next part when we get started. But I think so far, all these chords sound pretty good. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so before we get started, I just want to show you that all this is just tones. All right, now I don't want people going, oh, all you did was use a minor or all you did was use a major. Well, these are all the notes we've used for these chords. Right, and clearly this isn't the minor or the major scale, right? So I just want to show y'all that it's just tones. All right, so if you think about it as tones, you can open up so many more possibilities rather than just sticking within the minor scale, right? So let's go ahead and delete this and we can just go ahead and get started on the second one, right? With this one, I'll just keep it simple. I don't know, let's just try to see whatever. Okay, I really like that one. So okay, simple as that. So let's move on to the next one, which would be, I guess we could just do some counter melodies and stuff. Okay, so here's our next VST. Just something ambient, like some bells, something like that. So now we have a blueprint. So now you can kind of use these notes that you have in the background to build your melodies or like counter melodies, right? So let's just start on our F, which is our root. And then I am in the 1/6 grid. And we can just kind of build from here. Let's try. Let's see. Okay, I really like that. So what we can do is take this top note, pull it over, control down, and then we can kind of build up from here. Then I'm gonna take the second note, then we kind of build up again. And I'm gonna just use these two notes just to make it simple. Okay, very simple, I like it. So let's move on to our next VST. Okay, so now we have a guitar and I'll just play the. All right, and if you have this VST, you can kind of copy these little settings right here. All right, and that's just to create like a legato effect. Just go in here. And what I like to do is just start on the root always for my counters for most of the time, because I'm gonna just give me a bass to start with. And I am still in the 1/6 grid. So I'm gonna zoom in. We can kind of maybe try something like this. You gotta be careful with these VSTs because sometimes they don't play correctly. All right, and then okay, and I'm just going with my ear, just kind of going with the notes that I like. So. Right, and I'm using methods that we talked about previously in other videos. Now with this VST, what you do, if you want to do like a chord, you have to offset the notes. So I'm gonna just build a chord real quick. Try to do something like that. I don't know. So you'll want to offset them a little bit. Let me see. See. Okay, after so many tries, we finally got it. So this is what it sounds like. All right, so guitar is done. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so our next sound is like an ARP. So all I'm gonna do is copy the chords over. So I think we got enough. All right, and then here's the bass preset I'm using. And we're just gonna build our bass. It's the same process, right? We just take our bass notes, all right? And where we at right here? Make sure you can see all that. And we could literally just copy this throughout the G sharp onto our A, and then just fill in whatever other notes we want. And I'm just swinging. All right, super basic. We could go in and do more, but I think this is good enough for this style. So let's move on to, I guess, the drums. All right, so now we have our drums, and I like to do my drums in a different pattern. And then make sure you have that swing at 100. You don't have to do it, but I really suggest you put it at 100 so you can get like the authentic style. And I just got like some Foley and then a snare and a kick. Now this is free. All right. This is one of my free kits, the G-Funk, all right? And then these sounds are actually stock sounds. I don't remember which one they're in, but they're in here. So let's get started and keep this simple, all right? Don't try to overdo it because when you hear the vocals, it sounds like a lot, but when you take the vocals out, it's really not a lot. So I'm gonna turn these up. We can just... And a simple pattern like that will go a long way. All right, so then let's add these in. Matter of fact, we could just right click, fill each two steps, and just something like this. Where is it? Let's turn the velocity down. All right, now we're gonna fill in the empty space with these other sounds. Right, and it's giving us that like swingy vibe just by placing it in these simple spots, right? Rather than, you know, if we didn't have it on, we would have to manually go in and shift things. So I'm gonna just do something like this. We could just do this the whole way, actually. You could occasionally throw one of these in. All right, so I think that's it. That's all you need, right? We want it to be a simple beat. Just play the whole thing all together. Play it down here. So that's how you make a Snoh Aalegra type beat. Let me know if this helped you out. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.